Hello, I'm back for a little bit of an update. The end of the last video showed that I had done half the hood with the recondition tool, but unfortunately it left a lot of really dark brown areas. It's really good at stripping off the rough stuff, but when it comes down to getting down to the deep rust, it didn't seem to want to get in there, and I didn't want to sit on it too long, letting it really dig in, because I was afraid of it overheating the metal, as I mentioned in the video before. And so I'm going to try something different. I've tried a flat disc, also caused a heat problem. I tried a wire wheel, and it also seemed to cause a heat problem, and it didn't seem to be real effective. So I'm going to try a different type of product. Is this stuff here, Rust Dissolver. I've been from Rustoleum. I've watched several YouTube videos on it, and I think I'm going to give it a shot and see how it does. But I'm going to put it on there. It's not what they recommend, but it's a gel. I'm going to put it on there and then cover a small area with cling wrap, or whatever they call that stuff. Anyway, plastic wrap to help keep it from drying out, because you're not supposed to let it dry. And I'm hoping that that'll keep it wet if I put that stuff on it. So I'm going to put that on there and show you what it looks like, and then bring you back. I'm going to tell you, folks, this stuff is not the easiest stuff to work with, this shrink wrap. Okay, so what I'll do is let that sit overnight, and then we'll come back to it tomorrow evening and see what it looks like. Hopefully it'll loosen some of that stuff up where it can just be either wire brushed off, or the machine that you see behind me will be able to then easier take it off and get the dark brown stuff off. I would really like to see bare metal all the way on this hood. There's no rust holes in it at all that I've found yet, and I really would like to save the hood if I can. So I'll bring you back tomorrow, and then we'll see what it looks like. Hello, folks. Just getting back to check this stuff out again this evening that I put on last night. I actually came out this morning and looked at it. It actually, the saran wrap is what it's supposed to be called, is not keeping it wet at all. It was actually dry this morning when I came out, but from what I could tell, it still comes off fairly easy. So what I'm going to do now is break away from this, and then go and pull that off and show you what it looks like when it comes off, and what I've got to do to remove the stuff. Be right back. It's turned black, and like I said, it's completely dry. So what I'm going to do is hit this with a scraper a little bit. Alright, I'm sure you saw a lot of that stuff coming off. What I'm going to do now is fire up the reconditioning tool and see if it takes it off any better than it did before. I'm kind of having my doubts. I'm seeing a lot of dark brown, but we'll see. Well, it did seem to do something, but I'm not really sure if it's what I'd consider final or not. I'll let you take a look at it. This is before I treated it. You can see the brown stuff in here, and this is after. Still has quite a bit of pretty heavy rust there, and that machine just doesn't seem to want to take it down. I guess for the most part it's probably as good as I'm going to get it. And that stuff contains phosphoric acid, so you would think that it would take care of the problem, but it doesn't seem to do it quite as well. So I guess I'll just hit the rest of the hood with that machine, and then go from there, see how far I can get it. If nothing else, I'll just seal it with a good heavy coat of primer and hope for the best. It doesn't look like I'm going to get it to where I want it with conventional means. I'm not going to sandblast it because that can really tear up some sheet metal. So I guess I'll just proceed on with what I've been doing, and might still run a little bit of that stuff on, because it did take some off. And it could be that maybe I just left it on too long, and that could have been part of the problem. I'll bring you back in and show you what I got before I prime it. Well, I just realized a few minutes ago that I cut my head off in that last segment. That's okay. You don't need to see most of my ugly mug anyway. Reason why I'm bringing you back is I went back over the area here with that didn't get treated on this side versus the other side that did get treated. I went over it too, actually. But one thing I noticed is the side that did get treated is the stuff's not brown. It's turned black. Whereas no matter how much I go across the other stuff that didn't get treated, it stays brown. It just will not come off with that tool. So I'm thinking that at least I've transformed the rust that's left with the rust dissolver. It didn't dissolve it, but it did take quite a bit off, but not as much as I would have liked, as much as I'd hoped. But I'm quite sure that the stuff that's been treated is not going to come back. At least I think I have to worry about that. And it's leaving it smooth enough to where I'm pretty sure that a good heavy coat of fill primer will be able to cover it up without being noticed. I'll treat it first with a good Rustoleum rusty metal primer, and then on top of that I'll put the fill primer, and hopefully that once everything is wet sanded, we don't go through that into the other primer. If we do, we got to recoat. But I'll show you what I'm talking about, and maybe it'll help you understand. So this is the side, this is the part here from about here this way was treated, and from here this way wasn't. And if you look, this is all black. Over here it's all brown. It doesn't matter how much I sand on it, it doesn't change colors, it doesn't go away, it just stays there. It's really, really stubborn. So I'm thinking that I'll sand the rest of the hood over here with the machine there, and then come back and treat everything with the rust dissolver, and I think that'll be my final prep work for the hood before priming. So I'll go ahead and sand the rest of the hood with that thing and show you what it looks like, and then we'll probably end this segment, this video with that. All right, I got the rest of the hood sanded down. Some areas, just like on the other side, some areas came out nice and shiny, and the other areas didn't. Not sure why that is, but I am going to hit it again tomorrow with the Rustoleum, and go ahead and follow their directions this time, and wet it down first with water, and then apply it, and keep applying it, keep it wet until it dissolves the rust, if it does. If not, then I'll just clean it all off and go ahead and prime it. I've got to do something. My roof, as you may have seen in the other shots, my roof doesn't hold water real good. So the last thing I want is this fresh, clean metal getting wet without having any paint on it. Then I'll have to start all over again. All right, I'll go ahead and put this together and put it on YouTube for you to see, and then when I get it primed, that'll be in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please give me a like and subscribe. It'd be great. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.